Wizard of War was a 1980 arcade game that was ported over to several consoles, including the Commodore 64 and the version I'm going to be looking at here, the Atari 2600. It's a maze shooter hybrid that pits you against a bunch of monsters that you have to blast away called warlings. There are a few different kinds of warlings. The most common are these blue guys called burr wars, which will walk around and shoot at you if you're standing in front of them. You can't block these projectiles. The only way to defend yourself from these attacks is to head down another corridor or shoot at it first, which means you'll have to fire before it does, which takes some good timing. So naturally you'll want to be sneaking up on them as well as other enemies. The yellow guys are called Gar Wars, which are pretty much the same as the Burr Wars, except they turn invisible from time to time, and the only way to see them when they're in this position is on the radar at the bottom of the screen. The red guys are called Thor Wars. They don't turn invisible as often as the Gar Wars, but they are faster. After clearing all these pricks from the screen, you'll battle a boss, with the exception of the first maze where you'll simply advance to the next stage. One boss is this beast called the Warlock, which quickly maneuvers around the maze. After shooting it, you'll move on to the next maze, but if it makes its way through one of the escape pods, you'll have to battle the Wizard of War, which gives you the most points if you kill him, but it teleports like a motherfucker, so you can understand why you'll just want to take out the Warlock and not even bother with this shit. As time goes on, the pace of the enemies picks up progressively in sync with the background music, which is similar to the Jaws theme in that it's two notes that pick up in tempo, and that it increases in suspense. The controls are extremely fluid, probably the smoothest in all of Atari's maze games. And they're different than, say, Pac-Man, where tapping left on the joystick will send you all the way to the left until you change direction or hit a wall. In Wizard of War, you can stop yourself by letting go of the joystick. A cool feature is the two-player co-op mode, although you don't even have to cooperate as you can kill each other, and you get 1,000 points if you shoot the other player. You get 3 lives, and you can get an extra life every 1,000 points, so sometimes it's worth backstabbing your buddy if you really want to be a dickhead. The enemies flicker a little bit, but it's nothing that'll upset the gameplay all that much, and the maze layout changes from screen to screen, so there's enough variety to go around. Wizard of War was a blast back in its day, and it's aged really well over the years. I highly recommend it.